Ladies and gentlemen, this is Santa Cruz, Resort City, just 70 miles south of San Francisco. Photographer in here today on a most important, I might say, enjoyable and intriguing assignment. I'm going to take pictures of the Miss California contest to determine who will represent the Golden State in the Miss America contest at Atlantic City. Please notice that the architecture in Santa Cruz bears out the Spanish motive established by the pirates. And here's where the Art Student League presents the tourist must attraction, The Last Supper. Now's the time to get a few beach. This is indeed a vacationist paradise, a veritable fairyland of fun, frolic, sport, and frivolity. Here's a welcome distraction for almost everyone. Everything is here for everybody, including the tired businessman. And I don't mean boating, I don't mean bathing. For him, I mean this. Well, they've told me to get some pictures of all the curves down here today, so I might as well try a few of these curves, see if I can get around them, full as I am of pink lemonade, hot dogs, and a few packs of peanuts. I came down for some excitement. Here it is. Boy, what a ride. Here's Casa Del Rey Hotel, and here's where the contestants will check in, report for the contest. Going to see if we can get these girls together now for a walk-in shot into the hotel, because at the entrance, the reception committee is on hand to greet them with the keys to the city. They're going to see to it that these lovelies have a pleasant 3 days, whether they become individually, speaking of course, Miss California, or not. The hotel staff is on hand with smiles indeed for these pretties. And I presume that the clerks are always happy when it's time for the Miss California contest. Notice the fans on hand to get an advance peek of all these lovely girls and to try to get an idea, if they can, who's going to win it. Contest, I mean. Now, these ladies are in charge of the various arrangements, and the honored guest today is Miss Joanne Merriweather. Here she is. She was Miss America of 1954, and being a California girl, the judges and the people of Santa Cruz are in hopes that again, California girl will go on to become Miss America as the result of this contest, which is in its first stages right now. Here's me getting my first cheesecake shot. This was used for advanced publicity. And now here's the first event on the schedule of 3 different events to determine who will become Miss California. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the bathing suit parade. And here's captivation for you. Here's glamour. Here's glory. And here's Miss Eureka, first contestant to step up on the platform, turn about so that us photographers can get the necessary camera angles, because this is a field day for us, and that is for sure. Here's Miss Sacramento from the capital city, and right behind her, right in our lens, every once in a while we get a little cute peek from Miss Santa Barbara, the brunette lovely. Miss Fresno, the epitome of loveliness. But then when you start using adjectives about any one of these girls, then you've pretty near got to apply them to them all, because they're all just as sweet as they can be. And the judges, what a job they're going to have to decide this one. Miss San Jose, for instance. There's a girl for you. They all have what it takes, and California certainly is well represented in the beauty department, and this is the first stage of the game. Judges, what are you deciding? Are you comparing notes? It's a good thing for this contest that I'm not one of the judges, because I'll be very frank to admit that any one of these girls could bribe me, including Miss Hemet, who is now in our lens. Every once in a while, Miss Santa Barbara gives us a little cute, coy peek. Here's Miss Hollywood from the celluloid city. Yes, she's been around on the rostrum before. She did very well in the contest which is to follow this one, which we'll talk more about in a moment. Here's Miss San Francisco, typifying the city of health, wealth, and happiness. Hello, Miss Oakland, curvaceous, coy, cute, a brunette lovely, perfect in every proportion. Yes, indeed. Now, we want to get a farewell shot of you girls. Turn around, Miss Modesto, please. Miss Modesto, thank you. I'll count 3 and you girls turn around and wave. 1, 2, 3. Wave. That's fine. Now, in just a moment, one of my colleagues will get one of the most beautiful photographs of all of the girls. You see him down there in the lower right-hand corner of the picture, and he's shooting up to get this contrasting study in beauty, a study in black and white with the perfection of femininity to photograph. Well, girls, goodbye. Wave goodbye. Goodbye. Girls, goodbye. Now, this is the Civic Auditorium, where we go into the second stage of the 3-event contest. Girls have discarded their bathing suits, donned their loveliest evening frocks, and tonight they're to be judged not particularly from a beauty standpoint, but they'll be judged on their poise, their personality, their talent, their dramatic ability. Many of the girls, it says here, could sing, could dance, could recite, and otherwise entertain. Well, everybody's so anxious, awaiting the thrills of tomorrow and to discover who will be Miss California, that for now we'll just say, well, good night, girls, and we'll be waiting with bated breath and great expectations to discover on the morrow at the beach who Miss California will be. Now, before the finals begin, let's everybody sit down, please. Thank you. Now we can all see everything, and certainly nobody wants to miss even one miss today. What wonderful beach weather for the final saunter, the climax, the last word from the judges. The suspense is terrific. Have you decided who you think is the winner and the new Miss California? There are 30,000 people on hand today, and this is an enthusiastic throng, which leads me to observe that we must never underestimate the power of a woman, especially when she's in a bathing suit. These are bathing suits. We shutter clickers, we were given the preferred position in the enclosure behind the walkway, and we were able to capture on film, of course, every angle, every curve. And speaking of curves, well, there were plenty of them. My colleague Gerald got right into the thick of the glamour, posing the girls with reckless abandon, determined that his movies should bring gasps of appreciation wherever shown. Has your blood pressure mounted? Is the tension building? This will be a tough one for the judges. These girls are all good sports, and I doubt that an old-fashioned hair-pulling bee will result when the decision is announced. Still, you never can tell. A woman is a woman. All the misses are favorites today. All have their friends and admirers, and all are getting cheers, whistles, and applause. Speaking of whistles, Miss Oakland said she detected a wolfish note. But she also said every woman secretly appreciates this definite sign of admiration and approval. Folks came from all over the state to witness this parade of femininity. Many came to root for their favorites, and many came just to observe. You know, let the best girl win. All of the contestants were in rare form, relaxed, happy. All bosoms beat in anticipation as each girl asked herself, will it be me? Will I be the new Miss California? Will everybody please sit down? Hey, Bud, sit down. You're blocking me view. As each beauty took her turn around the semicircular walkway, the tension mounted. Will Miss Sacramento be the winner? Miss San Francisco? Or will it be Miss Hollywood? Will she win the title? Every girl made a lovely picture, and the candid camera fans clicked away from all vantage points. The press and newsreel photographers ground out thousands of feet of film as radio commentators described the March of Beauty. Hasn't Miss Watsonville lovely eyes? The contest will end with dramatic suddenness. The field is narrowed down to 5. 3 finalists will be selected, third, second, and the winner. In just a moment, we'll be back to the judges' stand, and the reports will begin. That's right, give all the girls a big hand. And the first winner, number 3, is Miss San Jose. Who will place second? Why, it's Miss Oakland. She's in the second place. And now for the big moment. Who will be the titleist? Who is it? It's Miss Watsonville. I was never so happy in my life. She sobbed through tears of joy. Mrs. Bud Westmore, Miss California for 1952, will do the honors. And the winner, Miss Barbara Harris. She's 20 years old, weighs 120 pounds. She's 5 feet 6 inches tall. Bust, 34.5 inches. Waist, 23.5 inches. And the hips, 34.5 inches. She's a secretary by profession and is certainly a fitting entry in the Miss America contest representing California. She has no romantic attachments and does not go steady. So, chance, boys, there's a chance. Miss Modesto did her part right up to the very end. Buddy, nothing happened until next year. So let's sit down and relax. See you in Santa Cruz in June.